Hello mate, this is your reading. I'm not going to mention your name because this is going to obviously be on YouTube. You know who the reading's for, and we'll leave it like that. Okay, first things I'm picking up on is the past issues with you. And I feel you were in a situation where you was just working hard, getting things in order, working hard, getting things in order, working hard, getting things in order. And each time you're getting things in order, you're building up. Working hard, getting things in order, building up. And I feel this, I actually feel you fight quite comfortably financially. You're comfortable. And I feel you building up and building up. You're working hard, building up, and nothing else seems to be going on. It just feels so stagnant. Things seem to just moving on at a snail's pace. And this is what I'm picking up with your past issue. So working, putting things aside, getting things in order, working, putting things aside, getting things in order, and it's just building up and building up. Nothing else is happening. It's just this repetitive thing. But what I pick up on, you're working, which is fine, but what you're building up, there's nothing else happening. It just feels like constant, and the things are getting bigger and bigger, and it's like, well, there's nothing else happening. So we're going to move. That's the past issue I felt that's with you. So I'm getting on to where we are now, or where you are now, and I feel like you're in limbo. You're ready to make a move on something, as if, right, okay, I've got to a point in my life where I am ready to move and take that next step, and I feel you sort of nervousness about taking this chance. Now, my gut feeling is to do with your love life, this chance you're going to be taking, but I feel you're like, okay, within yourself, you're like saying, okay, time's right, I need to start moving on. And you're looking around, everything else has been building up behind you, and now you're like saying, okay, I've got to go. And I feel the want to move on is pushing you from within. The inner you is just pushing and pushing to move on. But for some reason, there's no movement, again, stagnant. And I feel frustration with this because there is a tie, where there is a commitment where you can't, for some reason, there's something that's not now allowing you to move on. There is some tie, and I feel it's that financial tie that you've spoken to me about recently. So where you are now, your head's like exploding, because in this past things have been building up, but not moving on for you. Now you're at a place where it's just pushing you forward, so you're ready to go, and you've got this noose around you that's holding you, tying you down, and you want to move forward. In your head you were saying, right, let's go forward, but this tie, and it's like a bubble about to burst. Things just building up within you, like, come on, I've got to do this, and it feels must be really tough for you. So moving on, what I'm getting you're coming across as, and this is not from what I know of you, this is what's coming up in the reading, okay? I get the messages that you're coming across as too cold and very defensive. And as I said, because I know who you are, I can understand why you are defensive. And the reason what this defensiveness is because you've been pushed out of your comfort zone. Where you was comfortable, where everything was, well, you was comfortable, you've been pushed out of that area, and because you're not, that sense of security has gone, you're like out in the open. It's just you and whatever you, I don't know, like just you and your gun. It feels like just me and my gun, and you're looking after number one, protection. You're just on guard all the time with you. Okay, we're going on to the part of the reading now where I'll give you some advice. hoping that what I previously said you can connect with. It's quite difficult because I know you, and in fact it makes the reading so much harder. So getting onto the advice that's coming up for you is you've got to look within yourself to realise where things are going. Because of this want to move on and the ties, you've got to now look and realise, well, look, where are things going? You've got to divvy that up in your own head and say, right, this is what I need to do. And to see where things are going, that assessment has to be made up. That choice, enough. You need to look at everything, look at the bigger picture, and trust your gut instinct with this. There's something about a decision you need to make, and you're advised to take. You've got to trust your gut instinct, and to let you know where things are going to go. That's going to be so you need to use your intuition to find out how to carry on. Okay. This is really interesting. Self-consciousness. There's a worry about, I'm getting messages about you being very self-conscious. Don't worry about that. Is not an issue. There's something that you're holding in reservation. You're holding back within yourself about being paranoid, self-conscious about the way you look. And the message I'm getting is don't, because that's not the issue. So hopefully you can understand what I'm picking up on. This thing about am I good enough, and worrying about yourself, that isn't an issue. So stop doing that. So my gut feeling is you've been worrying about it. For me to get that message, and for me my job is now to tell you that isn't an issue, so stop worrying about it. There's nothing wrong with you. Alright? So, I'm now onto the part where I see how things are panning out with you on the way things are. Nothing is set in stone. You can always change things. You have the power to change things in your own life. But the way things are going for you now, I'm not seeing a lot of movement, but I see what it feels like for me is you sitting at home. Not but you're sitting down, looking out your window, and all this fun is outside, going all this, and you're not having it. There's like this barrier, and you can go out that door and have that fun, but for some reason, I feel you looking at it, admiring it, wanting it, but for some reason, I feel you sitting back saying, no, I'm not quite ready, and I feel that's how things are still currently panning out for you. But it's going to come to a point, the frustration is going to build up as it's been building up, and you're going to say, this is what I feel you're going to say is, fuck it, I'm going to go for it. And you're going to take a dive, you're going to go for things. So in a nutshell, all this brooding, building up, things going on at a snail's pace, the ready to move on, the want to move on, but the tires holding you back, the defensiveness from within you because of you being pushed out of your comfort zone. I see you looking at the options, getting so fed up, you are going to say, I'm going for it. And I feel you're going to take this gamble, even though it's into the unknown, not knowing what's in store for you. You're going to say, this is it, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a move for this. So getting back to the advice I had for you, you've got to trust your gut instinct, your intuition on how things are going, and you are going to take that gamble. I do feel I do see you making a gamble, a change, making a leap of faith into the unknown, because you sitting back looking out of what you want is going to keep on gnawing away. You're going to say, no, I'm going to go for this. So and I feel this is normally these readings go about 3 to 6 months, and I feel it's more the 6 months than 3 months. So how I see you making this leap. So I hope this has connected with you, because I'm looking at the picture I'm using to connect with you is an old Facebook picture, but I'm pretty sure I've connected with how things are currently, because sometimes when I connect to an old picture I can pick up the old energies quite strong rather than the current energies. But I do feel you taking a leap of faith, because you're going to be so fed up with just so sitting still. It reminds me of when I had a back injury and I was in pain. I was sitting still, and I was told not to go to the gym because it will cause more damage, and the pain in my back was just getting worse and worse. And then eventually said, oh fuck it, I'm going to go to the gym, what's the harm, I'm in pain anyway. And I went back to the gym and I felt so much better, and all the pain, well, most of the pain went. So, and I feel that's a similar thing with you. You're going to be so fed up the way things are, and you're going to take this leap into the unknown and take a chance, which is really good. So yeah, I hope this reading means something to you, and well, good luck, and if you've got any more questions, just let me know. Catch you later. Ta-ra, mate.